Hello, my name's Alicia.
Hello, my name is Henry.
Okay, so how are you today, Henry?
Um, I'm not doing too
Oh, okay. So, before we get started, I just want to let you know how our limits of confidentiality work. Everything that's going to be said today in our session is just going to be between me and you. And when I feel like you are a danger to yourself or others, that's when I'll have to break our confidentiality. Okay?
well.
Okay, so can you let me know what brings you in today?
Well, my parents and my family convinced me to come here today because of my compulsive shopping problem.
Okay, so why do your family and friends think you have a compulsive shopping problem?
Because I spend over half of my check buying clothing and shoes. I have over 200 pairs of shoes, and my closets are filled to capacity. They're overflowing actually, so I have to go put some in my hall closet where the jackets go.
Okay, so Henry, can you tell me um okay, when has your compulsive shopping started? Like when has it started?
I would say since I was 17 and I got my first job.
Okay, and why do you shop so compulsively?
I was an unfortunate child and I grew up, I didn't have too much money. My parents didn't have too much money. They couldn't give me the newest things. And I was bullied. Everything I owned was hand-me-downs. And while I was in school, people bullied me. It lowered my self-esteem. It made me feel like I was nothing. So once I got that job, I was getting the $120 checks. I would go back and forth to the mall, pick up new things, and I basically vowed to that day I would never be that person again, getting bullied because I didn't have things.
Okay, so since you weren't as fortunate as a child, you got picked on for not having certain things, so that's why you feel like you have to have,
Clothing, yes.
yeah. Okay. So, can you tell me how important your appearance is to you?
Well, it's very important. It makes me feel good when I buy clothes. It's like I have to buy clothes. It makes me feel really good. It raises my self-esteem. Without me buying clothes, I feel like I'll be back at that person. I'll be nothing, like I was before I got my first job back in high school.
Okay. So, can you tell me what a typical day is like for you?
Well, a typical day is me going to the mall, depending on what day it is, Friday or Monday. Friday, I will go get my check. I will go cash it all. Then I will go hit up Keystone. Or if it was like a Monday, I probably would spend most of my money. So I will overdraft my card to buy some clothing online. It's shocking. It's like there's so much things out there. So when I see it, I want to go get it. So
Okay.
I'm always looking for the new things to buy.
Okay. So, from what I'm understanding is that you like to go and get new things. Am I right?
Yes, it makes me feel so good.
Okay. Um, on a scale of 1 through 10, 10 being very important, can you tell me how important your appearance is to you?
Can be very important.
Okay. And do you have any other expenses?
Well, I recently moved out when I moved out of my parents' house and I got my own place. So I have rent and I have a car, so I have a car payment.
Okay, and how's that going?
Well, if you ask me, it's going fine, but my parents, they would say it was going horrible because I'm a couple payments back on my car, but I could really get it paid. I just need to wait like a couple months after I get my money up, section money, and yeah,
Okay. So, you're back on your payments, basically.
in my car payment, yes.
Okay. So, can you tell me what's important to you?
What's important to me is me and my family, and me and my appearance, my clothing, the things I buy, the things that make me as a person.
Okay. On a scale of 1 through 10, how's your relationship with your family?
I would say it's at a 8, but I would like it to be higher.
Okay. Have you did anything to change your compulsive shopping, or have you tried to do anything to change it?
I signed up for emails so I can get discounts on certain things, like Fitness Line, Foot Locker, Foot Action, Champs. I get a little discount so I won't spend as much, but I will get about the same amount. I've been looking for promo codes, discounts, everything I can to try to minimize the cost of. So I would consider that helping if like my problem.
Okay. So, um, if a miracle happened, and let's say a miracle happened, and you went to sleep, and you woke up, and everything was, you know, perfect. Can you tell me what has changed in that time frame?
My relationship with my family and my me not being behind on my bills, and me being able to always buy clothing, buy shoes and stuff, better my appearance, better myself as a person, buy more stuff, put my self esteem at that all time high.
Okay. So, you feel like, um, in your perfect world, you'll have very high self-esteem, and then you'll have a good relationship with your parents, and you'll have a lot of money. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, let's say, you know, your parents were accepting of your compulsive shopping. Can you tell me why they would be accepted?
I'm sorry, that question sort of confused me. I can't answer that.
Okay. Um, well, can you please tell me how did you feel when your parents confront you about their concern?
At first, it took me by surprise because I really didn't think I had a problem. But then they pulled up. They made me pull up my receipts, online receipts. It made me add up how much money I have been spending and compare it to how much I've been making. And after a while, it made me realize I really had a problem.
Okay. Well, that's very good, and I commend you because it takes a lot for somebody to realize they have a they have a problem. It's good that you realize that. Um, can you tell me on a scale of 1 through 10 how important shopping is to you? With 10 being very important.
Shopping is very important because I believe appearance is very important. And you have to have clothes. You have to have that to have a great appearance.
Okay.
It's all about what you're wearing, how you look. It's all about it.
Okay. So let's say you don't have a job and you don't have as much money. What would you do? What would be different?
I would probably be depressed. very depressed. My self-esteem would probably go back to all-time low as I was in high school again. Being bullied, I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Okay, so from what I'm understanding is if you didn't have a job or any money and you weren't able to get the things you wanted, you'd just be in a very depressed mood because it'll make you feel like you're in high school all over again. Am I right?
Yes, it brings back it would bring back very bad memories.
Okay. Well, then you are you're very courageous for sharing this with me, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you sharing it with me today. So, can you tell me, you know, what's the worst 5 minutes you have had in your life?
The worst 5 minutes I've had in my life is back, let me go back to when I was in high school. Having to wake up knowing that I'm gonna wear the same, I have to wear probably the same clothing. Having to go through the same things every day.
Okay. And can you tell me what are the best 5 minutes you have?
When my fingers hit that keypad, typing in my card number for the new pair of shoes or the new clothing I buy,
Okay.
it makes me
And
feel so good.
okay, how do you feel when you go out shopping? Like, how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel wonderful. It puts my esteem through the roof, and it actually has effect on people. I haven't been ever since I have bought stuff. I haven't been bullied at all. Nobody's ever made fun of me no more. Ever since I've got my job, buy everything I want to. So it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good knowing that I can go buy all this stuff and make me feel better with the money I make.
Okay, so basically you feel good when you go shopping because you
Yes,
know that ain't nobody gonna say nothing about you because you have on some new clothes.
because nobody does anything about
Okay, interesting. So can you tell me, what would you like to change?
it. What I like to change, I would after my parents made me realize I have a problem. I mean, I have a problem. I would like to try to change some of my habits, how much, how frequent I spend my money shopping. I would like to create a budget and be more responsible.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Since your parents confronted you about the issue, that's when you realized that you had a problem, and then now you wanna basically budget your money, okay, to and you wanna prioritize.
Yes.
Alright. So how's your relationship with your family?
My relationship with my family, I always had a good relationship with them. But lately, ever since I've gotten my new job, got my own place, you have to abide by their rules. They, it's been been going a little bit down
Can you tell me why your relationship with your family has been going down?
because they think I'm very irresponsible for buying all the things that I buy. They call me a child. They don't think I'm ready. They call me mature.
Okay, so from what I'm hearing is your parents, they think you're very immature for shopping compulsively.
Yes,
Okay.
putting clothing above my bills. That's what my mother said to me.
Okay. So, how important is paying your bills to you?
Paying bills are important, but it's very important. But I consider clothing my bills. I have charge cards. I pay those. I try to pay those bills too.
Okay. So, on a scale of 1 through 10, with 10 being very important and 1 being least important, can you tell me how important your bills are to you?
When it comes to my mortgage and my car, I would say six. Because if I were to lose any of them, I'm pretty sure I could go back to my parents.
Mm, okay.
But it should be higher though,
And why do you feel like it should be higher?
because I need to stop. I spend too much money on buying clothing. Although it makes me feel great and wonderful, I have noticed a problem with my shopping.
Okay. And how did you feel when you noticed that you had a problem with shopping compulsively?
A reality check, and realize that was probably I, I don't know what it made me realize that I have to slow down by myself, make a big mistake.
Okay. And let's say that you didn't have that reality check. What do you think it would be?
I would probably buy my way out of the house, buy my way, buy clothes to the point I would not have a place to live or have a car to drive. I would be at my parents' house.
Okay. So, can can you tell me where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
To see myself a great pay, great paying job and probably a healthy relationship with my family, a healthy relationship with I hope my spouse and a child, and a perfect balance between my job, my bills, and shopping.
Okay. So 5 years from now, you feel like you'll have the perfect balance between your bills and shopping, and then you'll have a better relationship with your family.
Absolutely.
Okay. Can you explain to me what the perfect compromise is for you?
Perfect compromise is to make a budget of what needs to be paid, and instead of every check I get on having to pay for clothing and shoes, I would probably charge you every other check.
Okay, so how important is budgeting to you? With 10 being 1 through 10, with 10 being very important.
Before I came to my realization, before I realized I had a problem, it wasn't. But now I realize that I have a problem. I need to put that higher. I need to put that. Before it was probably at a three. I wouldn't care about it. But now I have to make that a higher priority, higher on that scale.
Okay, and why do you think you have to make that a high priority?
Because it's gonna mess me up. Like I said before, I'm gonna shop my way out of the house, shop my way out of a car,
Okay,
shop my way back into my parents' house.
okay, so from what I'm understanding is that if you keep going the way you're going, you're gonna be without a house and without a car, and then you're gonna move back with your parents. Am I right?
Yes,
Okay. How do you feel about being in that situation?
it's scary because in the future you want to see yourself progressing, moving forward, not moving backwards. That's moving me backwards. Nobody wants to move backwards in life.
Okay. And yeah, well, I commend you for you know realizing that you do not want to move backwards. That takes a lot for a person to realize that it's not easy. So I commend you on that. Um, can you tell me? Can you tell me? What is moving backwards to you?
Moving backwards, that's either me losing my job or me losing my place, my things that are supposed to be more important to me because of my shopping addiction, me going back to my parents' house. That's moving backwards. That's setting me back. Throughout life, when you get older, you're supposed to progress. You're supposed to you progress, not regress.
And why do you feel like that? Why do you feel like you're supposed to progress instead of regress?
Because when it's something like that, you have a problem, you don't want it to set you back.
Okay. All right. Um. So, can you tell me how important um your uh your rent is to?
My rent, like I said before I came to my realization, I wouldn't think too much about it. I would say like my mindset was that I paid this thing once a month, so I would not have to really worry about it until I get that last check or my last two checks, or I might ask somebody, or I might get a loan out
Mm-hmm.
from like Ace, or sometimes I might just go to the plasma center, try to cover for it. But yeah, now realizing it, I have to put that up higher on my priorities.
Okay.
Somebody in the bathroom?
So why do you feel like you gotta put that up higher on your priority list?
Because it's essential. It's essential because I don't, like I said, it's a fear for me to move backwards.
Okay. And can you tell me why it's a fear for you to move backwards?
Like I said before, you're supposed to progress, not regress.
Okay. Okay, I understand. So basically you're scared of just going backwards because you do not want to regress. You want to progress. Am I right?
Yes, I'm scared of going back. I'm scared of going back to my parents. I'm scared of losing my job. I'm scared of going back to the high school days. It terrifies me. I know I like finally realized I have a problem. I want to take care of this, try to figure out a way to solve this before it really puts me in a deeper hole than I'm already in. I need help
Okay. So let's see. Can you tell me why you think you need help?
because it's unhealthy. It's an unhealthy addiction. It's unhealthy for me to spend all my money. My parents made me realize that. They came to me and they realized they love me. They they have my best interest. For I would I would probably just something more. Continue on what I'm doing right now. Now I'm behind months on my car payment. They could tow it anytime. So it just hit me. It's a reality check. It's a hard pill to swallow. It's it's just
Okay. Well, I want to let you know you are very courageous, Henry, for opening up with me about your shopping problem. Okay? I just want to let you know that. Okay? And can you tell me how how does your family feel about you compulsively shopping?
they feel bad because I might have to ask them for money because I have my own job to cover my rent or my car payment
Why do you think they might feel bad?
because I'm, they they see what's going on with me. So I at first I did like I didn't see a problem. They seen it. That's why they got band together and got me to come here because they seen it. They just looking out for me.
Okay. So from what I'm understanding is your parents, you feel like your parents are looking out for you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's really good. And, you realizing that you have a problem and you feel like your parents are looking out for you just by them showing their concerns. That's very good that you realize that. So, can you tell me, what is a typical week like for you?
Typical week. This is I work Monday through Friday. I work. Friday I get the paycheck. Before all this, Friday I would get the paycheck. I would go to the mall. Saturday, go to another mall. Sunday. Then by Tuesday or Wednesday, that's when my car will be in overdraft because of all the expenses.
Okay. So, from what I'm understanding is your typical week, you basically you go out, you get paid first, and you go out mall to get what you want and what you like, and by 2 or 3 days, all your money's gone, and then you start spending your money into overdrive. Am I right?
That's awesome.
Okay. So, um, how's your rent going, Henry?
Like I said, I'm barely making it. I have sometimes I have to ask for money or get loans out or donate plasma.
Okay. So, you know, you're back on rent. Does that mean that you're basically going to get evicted?
I'm back on my car payment.
Okay, so you're back on your car payment, is from what I'm understanding. Okay. So, can you tell me, why you're back on your car payment?
Because of my compulsive shopping.
Okay. So, okay, so, from what I'm understanding is, since you weren't as fortunate as a child and you got picked on and talked about, as you got older and when you started making more money, that's when you started shopping compulsively. And you started doing that because you wanted the acceptance of your peers. So as time went on, you then moved out of your parents' house, and then you got your own house, and then you got your own car, and you still have the same behaviors from when you were younger, kind of. So you still shopping compulsively.
Yes, absolutely. And
And
to add on, it's not just to be accepted by my peers, it's to shit on my peers, it's to make them, it makes me feel I'm better than them. Everybody who made fun of me, I'm better than you, I have more than you now, I'm better than you, better than them, I have the newest things. People envied me Once
Okay.
I got all that stuff by my senior year, I was no longer that bum. I felt like I was somebody envy,
Okay.
popular.
Okay. So, can you tell me why is that so important to you?
It makes me feel better. It's from being bullied to having low self-esteem to that. It's a good feeling.
Okay. So let's say you grew up, and you grew up fortunate. What else would give you that good feeling? What would take place of that feeling?
Take place of me, me not being bullied, me being able to be as actually have peers, be equal, and have a normal childhood. That would make me feel good. Not have my self-esteem attacked every day because I didn't have that. Being fortunate would make me feel better. I wouldn't have gone through some of the problems. I probably wouldn't have the problem I have now.
Okay, so you feel like you would not have none of the problems you have now if you were more fortunate as a child. Am I right?
I do have that.
Okay. So, you know, what I'm understanding is if you grew up and you had the money and and you had the things other kids have, you wouldn't be shopping as compulsively.
I don't. I probably would, but I wouldn't. For the reasons being, I probably wouldn't. My motives would have been different. Probably motives was to not never feel that pain again of being bullied that I didn't have. That's my motives. I would not want to feel that again. That's why I went so far. So yes, probably, maybe I don't. I'm not too. I'm not sure.
Okay, so can you tell me where do you see yourself? Like, let's say that you did grow up fortunate and you grew up with no problems at all and nobody picked on you. Where would you see yourself now?
As any normal person, as an average Joe, without the shopping addiction.
Okay, and what is that to you? What is the average Joe? What is a normal person? What is that to you?
Someone who pays their bills on time, who doesn't go behind just because they want to go buy some new shoes, some Yeezys, spend a couple thousand.
Okay, so being a normal person to you is having their bills paid and having some responsibilities, basically.
Yes, I realize that
Okay.
I have to, like I said before, after I was hard to swallow after my parents came through, but I'm I'm gonna try my best to swallow it
Okay. So, can you explain to me why it's a hard pill to swallow?
because I like shopping. I like it, and I don't know if I have no idea if I stop. I might if I stop buying clothes. If people don't like me anymore, if I don't have all that juice I have,
Okay.
all that
So,
clout, be it out, it will make me feel. I don't know if it might make me feel like I was back in high school. I don't know. I'm not
okay.
sure.
So on a scale of 1 through 10, with 10 being very important and 1 being the least important, can you tell me how important it is for you to have the acceptance of your peers?
Acceptance. I wouldn't say acceptance, but I would say acknowledgement. I want them to acknowledge me as
On a scale of 1 through 10, with 10 being very important and one being the least important. Can you tell me how important it is for you to have the acceptance of your peers?
10.
Okay, so why is it a 10?
Because I want to be equal. Nobody deserves to be made fun of because of what they don't have.
Okay, so from what I'm understanding is you feel like nobody deserves to be made fun of for what they lack. Okay, so let's say that, you know, that you lost your job. You don't have any more money. Where would you be?
Back from my parents in deep depression
Okay. And you can you tell me why that would put you in a deep depression?
because I just admitted that I have a problem, but I'm not willing. I'm not gonna say willing, but I don't think I can make that jump to not having to halt buy things. I think I have to take baby steps. First, I can't just make that jump. And me not having a job is that jump.
Okay.
I won't be able to buy things
So why do you think you need to take baby steps?
because it wouldn't be an addiction if I could just drop it.
Mm, okay. That's very good. You're doing very good right now. Not a lot of people who can come in and admit that they have a problem. So I just want to let you know that. Okay. Can you please um can you please tell me how was your relationship with your parents when you were younger?
They tried to make me feel better. They tried to make me feel better about myself. When I would come home sad, crying, and they would always try to make me feel better about the situation that we were in.
Okay, so can you tell me how your relationship with your parents is now?
I still have that relationship. It's not as strong as I moved out, but I wanted to get back to that.
Okay,
I
and
rely on them. They are my support system
can you tell me why it's not as strong as it was in the past?
because of me moving out, making my own decision, me buying so much, and them thinking that I'm not ready. I'm not an adult. I'm immature.
Okay. Can you tell me what would you like to change about your relationship you have with your family?
It's To be honest, it's hard to change. They convinced me to come here. I respect their decisions. That I figured out that they always have best interest for me.
So, since your parents confronted you about the issue, you feel like, you know, you feel like, you just grew more respect for them. Am I right?
Yes.
Um, so, from what I understand is, you grew more respect for your parents because they told you about your problem.
Yeah, because they were there for me.
Okay, so, how do you feel when they told you you had a shopping problem?
Like I said, I felt it took me by surprise. But once we actually got down and sat down about it, they made me look at their receipts and how much I've been getting paid and how much I spend on things. I understood. I had that understanding of where they were coming from. I understood that they were trying to help me. They had my best interests at heart.
Okay, so, have you always felt like your parents had your best interest at heart?
Like I said, as a child, yes, but when I moved out, I that sort of started the feeling that they did started to go away. But when they came together to tell me my problem and help me realize give me that reality check. Yes, it went back up.
Okay, so your parents, from what I'm understanding, your parents helped you realize that you had a problem.
Yes.
Okay, so and then I just want to let you know, I really appreciate you sharing this with me. You're doing very well. Okay, I just want to let you know. Okay, so so can you tell me what would life be like if you were never picked on?
As I said before, I might be normal with a normal life,
So
addiction-free life without shopping. Probably have the perfect life, can pay my bills and everything. I wouldn't feel the need to buy so much to make me feel better.
okay, so you feel like you'd be living a normal life if you were never talked about.
Yes.
Okay. What is a normal life to you?
Like I said before, a normal life is to be able to not have an eviction and be able to pay my bills on time, have that perfect balance, be balanced out.
And what is that perfect balance for you?
The balance between what to buy and what bills to pay on time. Also, to be able to prioritize things, have
Okay.
my bills come first, then my shopping.
And can you tell me, is there anything you would like to change about your behavior?
I would like to cut back on my shopping, which
Okay.
try to combat it. Like I said, I have to take baby steps first before I have to take baby steps before I take the big steps.
Okay. So before you start, you would like to cut back on your shopping. Am I right?
Yeah.
Now let's say you cut back on your shopping. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Probably not in debt. Probably not with no bills behind.
Okay, so if you cut back your shopping 5 years into the future, you feel like you'll be debt free and you'll be on track with your bills. Am I right?
But like, if it, I don't know, if it takes time. Like you can't get on, like when you first get on the bike, got training wheels on, then yeah, it takes time for you to grow and learn not to use those training wheels no more and go out without them.
Okay. So what I gathered so far throughout our session is that you basically, from what I'm understanding, is you weren't able to have certain things when you were a kid, and since you didn't have that, kids picked on you and they talked about you because you didn't have those things. So as you got older, you got more money, and then you would go out and you would compulsively shop just to have that acceptance that you never had when you were younger. Am I right? So you feel like, you know, at that time you feel like you really didn't have much of a problem. And then once your parents confronted you about the issue and then had you look back at your receipts, that's when you realized you had a problem. Am I right?
Yes.
So, you feel like now you know that you have a problem. From what I gather is that you would like to change that by budgeting and hopefully being debt free within a certain time frame. Okay, so I just want to let you know that I appreciate everything that you said today. You are very courageous for opening up about your shopping problem. Okay, not a lot of people can come in and realize that they have a addiction or a compulsive, you know, problem. So you did very well. I would like to see you again. probably sometime next week, same day. Okay. And we can probably make a list and see of some more of your goals and see where you want to be within the next week or so.
Okay.
And we can take, like you said, baby steps, so you can get to where you want to be.
Thank you, Ms.
Okay.
Alicia, for understanding my problems
Okay.
and being there for me. I rather not handshake, I rather give up hugs.
Okay. It's been good, Henry.